Christmas! Merry Christmas, fatheads. Vast Difference is back. This podcast is a show where two brothers debate incredibly stupid things back and forth, whether it is Jesus versus Abraham, Jesus versus John Ham, or Santa Claus versus the Honey Ham. The winner of this fight will only be crowned once we read the results of the poll that you voted on in our Instagram stories at Vast Difference Pod. Okay? I am your host, Austin Fay. Alright, I am the main guy on here. Everyone comes for me, everyone stays for me. Alright? And the man to my right is Blake Fay. Okay? He is the originator, the creator of Vast Difference. And here he is.
It's me. I'm back once again. To my right is my very good friend and producer, Tyus Husky.
That is me. What up? We back again. What's
So,
on the menu?
Before we get into that, I actually had Tyus's written out. I wasn't going to. And let me I'm just going to pop it in, though. I don't give a fuck. I've literally wrote this for 6 hours today.
Let me hear the prompt.
No joke. Yeah. You ready for this? You're going to hate it. And the man even further to my right is our dear friend, best friend even, producer Tyus Husky. He sits and waits for the moment we go too far so he can reel us back in.
That would have been perfect with the dance I was hitting beforehand. I'm saying that while you're doing it, but next time.
Yeah, I got it next time. I got it. This week.
Once again, you left so much empty air that I didn't know that you were, you got to stop doing that. If I hear empty air, I'm going to pick it up.
Well, yeah, when I do this, that's for you to be like, hey, what's up? And then it goes back to me.
Okay.
Yeah. This week, as you know, I'm sure you can tell by your calendars, it is the Christmas season. Season's bleeding, so, okay? Happy holidays. We're doing best Christmas movie, okay? What is the best Christmas movie you've seen, your friends have seen, whatever. I'm taking How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000, starring Jim Carrey, okay? This movie means so much to me. It is legitimately my favorite movie of all time. It's not just because it's Christmas, not because it's nostalgic. Like, I put this movie up with the Star Wars, with the Godfathers, with the Avatars, everything. Anything you got, I will debate tooth and nail that The Grinch is better than anything you got, okay? But this is Christmas, so it's obviously under that umbrella. Blake will now give you his side of the story.
I am taking Elf from 2003, I believe, starring Will Ferrell. It's a classic.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of really good Christmas movies. Like, you could choose a lot of different things.
No, they're timeless.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that these are, like, the only ones I'm watching or that I love or whatever. It's just, these are, like, the powerhouses. Yeah. These are the ones that you'll keep coming back for, that always make you feel, like, a little bit warm inside, and that are, like, okay, like Jingle All the Way. I fucking love that movie.
I was about to say, if I was in this, that was going to be the one I fought for.
Right, and it's a great choice. But here's the difference, in my opinion, okay? With Jingle All the Way, it's like, there he is. I love it for what it is.
Terrible mind.
But I don't feel like it's a great movie. I just love it for what it is. Yeah. And then also it's set in Minnesota, so it's like extra nostalgic for me.
We had the story.
I didn't know that. I ain't
like,
seen it forever.
How many times?
Yeah, it's set, like, a lot of the places they go to are places like we seen all the time.
Just some quick little context. Our mom told us this story 1,000 fucking times. That apparently when the movie was being filmed, her and my dad were planned, scheduled to be extras in the parade scene, and that they were going to be on camera and all this shit, because it was only like 20 minutes from the house, right?
Yeah.
Which would have been dope as fuck.
Yeah.
They get there, and they're like, oh yeah, that was 2 days ago. You got the wrong date. Like, they could have been in one of the most iconic Christmas movies ever, but they went to church instead. And that's what fucking, like...
I would have seen Donnie, like...
Oh, he would have been...
like, 11 years before I actually knew him. And I definitely would have bugged out knowing that I see him on Jingle All the Way.
Oh,
used to watch that in class all the time.
Great movie.
But obviously, we digress.
Yeah, sorry.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the GOAT. Shout out Arnie, okay? But we're doing Elf versus Grinch, alright? Now, if you haven't seen these movies, it's obviously pretty simple. One is about the Grinch, who is a curmudgeon who hates Christmas, and then one is about Buddy the Elf, who is...
in love with Christmas.
Let's say a pussy, who loves Christmas for everything it's worth, even though Christmas pretty much treats him like shit. That's the main bullet point of the movie. After and these aren't like we watched these a week ago and we were like, oh yeah, these would be two, good topics. We have literally seen these movies well over 300-400 times. Like,
right. And if you haven't seen both of these,
like
that many fucking times, there's something wrong with you, and you're not having good Christmases. I feel like.
Yeah.
You must not have a whole lot of holiday spirit if you're not putting these movies on.
Yeah, let's just, before we even get into the battle, if you're not watching a Christmas movie around the holidays, are you really even celebrating the holidays? Like, why even put up the tree, the lights, get presents if you're not soaking in the TV specials or...
'Cause those things help set the mood.
Yeah.
Like, every motherfucker all the time is like... I'm not really feeling the Christmas spirit. And it's like, well, all you do is shit on Christmas music.
Yep.
You don't watch anything Christmas related. How the fuck you getting in the mood?
Yeah, exactly. It makes
of course you're not feeling
sense.
it.
Yeah.
You got to do these things to get there.
Because I'll admit, I know that I have an obsession with Christmas, okay? Because we've probably heard the same Christmas playlist about 50,000 times this week. And those still are in my fucking Spotify every goddamn day when I work, okay? Because I'm just a sucker for Christmas.
Discover Weekly, that's for sure. It's gonna be so much fucking Christmas music.
Oh my god, you're gonna have all the Yoko Onos and shit in there yet again.
I had Preston for 3 days, and every fucking day that we're in the car, he wants Christmas music, which is cool. It's something we can both, it's better than some of the shit I used to have to listen to with him that you want to listen to. But with listening to it that much, it starts to become a little bit, like... this isn't making me feel very Christmassy anymore, so I need a little bit of a step back.
Have yourself. Every time that comes on, I immediately want to open a gift, though. Like, goddamn.
We will on Fortnite after this.
I was about to say, damn, we're opening gifts after this? Fuck yeah, enjoy, guys, you got a vlog. As I said, The Grinch is my favorite movie of all time, okay? Bar none, not even Christmas and shit, okay? Right. So obviously I'm very biased when going into this one, which is going to be the most biased episode of all time, is this one right here, alright? I don't give a shit if the elf is, more of like, oh, well, it teaches a better message, or, oh, well, there's funnier parts, there's better lines, all that shit. I don't give a fuck about any of that, okay? I don't give a shit that all the people that don't want to watch Christmas movies are like, but I love Elf, though. Like, yeah, okay, that just means you're just whipped cream. You're vanilla.
And don't talk to me about vanilla. Here's the thing, bitch. The Grinch is only a remake.
But there's no other remake that's better than that fucking remake.
Was a original written film that changed the entire landscape of Christmas movies forever.
How did it change the landscape?
It's the most iconic to come out, for sure, of the 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Without question.
Okay, I thought you meant like, oh, this movie changed everything. Now Christmas movies were never the same. I'm like, no. It didn't do that much.
No, I'm saying, well, yeah, maybe I said it wrong, but like, it set such an iconic, like, bar that can't be touched. It's that good.
Oh, no,
And I 100%, Grinch is great.
Because there's nothing funnier
but
than...
don't act like Elf sucks, or that your movie is like this brand new idea, and Elf, like, nothing has ever been Elf.
Okay, well, yeah,
But the Grinch,
let's get that straight.
There's been several Grinch.
The original Grinch, the fucking 60s, any Grinch before Jim Carrey and after Jim Carrey, I don't give a fuck about the Grinch. They can go die, alright? I don't give a shit about any of that. I'm only talking about this one. This is the only one that I like. So for me... that doesn't really play a factor. Like, oh, it's a remake. To me, it's its own fucking movie. I know it's based off of the thing, and it's all that shit.
Yes,
but for me, I'm like, none of those come into play when I'm watching it.
I'm just trying to dispute how you're acting about Elf on a vanilla, and like acting like it's not original. But it literally
No, I'm not saying the movie's not original. I'm saying the fact that people, like, our fucking friends and shit, will be like, oh man, I'm so fucking sick of the Christmas time. Oh god, I don't want to go through it. And then they watch Elf, and they're like, oh, what else are you planning on watching? Probably nothing. It's like there's thousands of Christmas movies, and you're only going to stick to fucking Elf. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, like, I don't think you should do
right.
That.
And that's that's the society of today. Like, remember 20 years ago it was A Christmas Story. Right. People are like, oh, Christmas Story, blah. We do it 24 hours on TBS every year. Now that's Elf. They don't do the 24 hours, but everybody, that's their shit. That's their thing, right? Where I honestly think The Grinch has kind of like lost popularity as time went on. Like, you don't hear kids today referencing that movie where you'll have fucking preteens drinking their Starbucks and be like, I'm a cotton-headed ninny muggins. And they're just fucking going around town thinking they're cool shit, right? That's all the time.
Once again, that lets you know how good it is.
No, that means that people don't have any class. Yeah, expands generations.
But I feel like, even though I'm not defending Grinch here, but I'll just say about Grinch, I do feel like you are underselling it a little bit, or making it seem like it's not classic and that people don't love it.
That's what I was about to say.
Because I don't really meet anybody that's like that doesn't love the movie or doesn't watch it or hasn't seen it. Or
I know that it's a big movie. I get that, but I'm saying compared to Elf, which everybody is like, oh, I gotta watch that. Have you seen this? Have you? No one is going around, at least in my area and what I see on media. No one is like, you gotta watch Jim Carrey's The Grinch. It's never on a list. Any list, it's usually on, top, 15, top 10 holiday movies, not top 5. Where Elf is always fucking 1 or 2. No matter what. It's 1 or 2.
Right.
You can look at a billion list, that's what's going to happen, right? And I feel like that's fucking ridiculous. Because the only reason people like Elf is because, I honestly feel, is because, like you said, it is original.
Right.
So they're why?
I just think that, in comparison, you have one that's a curmudgeon, ends up turning good, and stuff like that, but then you have this childlike character in Will Ferrell, and I think that, and also, it came off the cusp of his SNL career, so it, was the perfect time for him to showcase
everything.
That, and for people to fall in love with this character, and
I forgot about that.
Actually, what the
movies
really did. About, and it's just a great film. It's got the great actors. I think they're both literally. I think they're neck and neck.
Are you serious? You think Will Ferrell is neck and neck with Jim Carrey?
That's not what I said, fuckface. I'm talking about Grinch and Elf.
Oh, I thought you meant them
together. Because we're here to talk about Christmas movies.
I know. I thought you went off the deep end with that one. I was about to get angry.
Oh, you want to go there?
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no fucking way.
Name one Jim Carrey movie. I'll name a Will Ferrell movie that's better.
Okay, you start.
I literally told you to. Let's see. Okay, old school.
Liar, liar.
Talladega Nights.
Truman Show.
The Other Guys.
You are mentioning the worst Will Ferrell movies anyone has ever seen.
I don't.
Ace Ventura.
Maybe you feel that way.
Are you kidding? Who the fuck actually watches Talladega Nights and likes it?
Almost half the fucking world.
Fucking rednecks. And this pod does not support
the
rednecks.
The entire movie is making fun of rednecks.
No, they're not.
Yes,
they're supporting
it is. It's satire.
It is not. They are glorifying rednecks. That's what the whole movie's about, right? It's the same with Elf, right? They glorify this image of Christmas to Buddy, right? Because, like you said, Buddy's childlike. So when he goes to New York, he's expecting all this, oh my god, and he's not, and he completely bypasses all of Santa's fucking rules.
Treating someone different for being different. Look how bad they make him live completely separate from the rest.
No. He chose that because he's a badass motherfucker.
He has to come into town in hiding because of how they treat him.
Yeah,
look at the message
because they're scared of him. They're not going to treat him bad.
With Elf, it's the fact that he's just too much. Buddy is it's creepy.
He's autistic.
That's true. Well, I mean, he's an elf.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think he lived a certain way for so long, and then he comes to New York, doesn't know how to acclimate. I think that's fair. Imagine the Grinch coming to New York.
Oh my fucking god! Can we please make that into a sketch? I would love that. Oh my god! Well, obviously only Jim Carrey. I don't want no fucking else. Well, yeah, and now I will say this, okay? Don't think, like I said, that I'm purely shitting on it because I never seen The Grinch in theaters. Yeah. But in 2003...
Well, you did.
Well, obviously,
but you
was way too young. But
yeah, we went.
But in 2003, I seen Elf in the theater 5 times. That is no lie. That's no exaggeration, hyperbole. 5 times in 2003 I seen that fucking movie, alright? But that still doesn't mean that when I'm debating these two movies that I'm like, But the aura of it and watching it, in the theater or anything, that's not applying here, right? Which is the only reason I brought that up is, obviously, to context, I've seen it, okay? With Buddy the Elf, okay? Mm-hmm. He is childlike, we've done all that, okay? But the biggest fucking problem, and I know you're gonna fucking disagree, but the biggest problem is that he is so goddamn annoying. He also is a peeping Tom. He fucking was singing with Jovi in the goddamn bathroom, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, look at him! He's being so innocent. He's just, he's singing along with her."
You cannot blame Buddy for that. There's no way.
You can.
No.
That is again, a felony.
He grew up around elves. He doesn't know. He's never seen a human woman before.
Is that what the Me Too movement would say, Blake?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, come at me.
You're saying,
I don't give a fuck.
You're saying that we should give him the benefit of the doubt because he didn't know better.
Yeah, I mean, look at his options. It's pretty much all people that are like this fucking tall, and he's 6'3". Mm-hmm. Okay, so can't really do that probably.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's fucking narwhals and snowmen. Mm-hmm. Like, who does Buddy have an option?
You're telling me
he doesn't.
There was no.
So then he goes to New York. He hears this woman who's singing songs that he knows.
No.
Makes him feel like it's home again.
You're telling me there was, in the North Pole, there was no fucking sexual harassment class? No, like, hey, this is what not to do to women. What to do with
Their
women.
only focus is Christmas. That's what they do 365. That's what every Christmas movie will tell you.
But shouldn't Santa and all them fucking have warned him about going to New York? They did, and he bypassed all of them.
Right.
Because he doesn't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying, right?
They're not worried about that kind of stuff, though. I'm not even sure they have genitals.
They should be fucking... They don't have genitals. They have kids. That's how elves just keep happening.
But Santa makes everything.
Santa makes the elves?
Who made them? Where do they come from?
Oh, shit. Are elves Santa's kids?
Okay, that's also possible.
Holy shit.
That means...
I've never thought about that.
Miss Claus is definitely his sister, then.
And they're probably Mexican, because that's a lot of fucking kids to have.
after a while, maybe he created a cloning booth, and he's just making a bunch of elves.
Oh, shit.
In the factory.
Oh, man. Metaverse Christmas. We're in it. Oh, my God. Yeah. Sorry, but that blew my mind. I've never thought about him being the dad to all these elves, because I've always just assumed in movies, television, books, that there's just, like, these little warlocks that's just like, we're going to build toys, like out of nowhere, and Santa just hires them. But yeah, that's probably more like it.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, like, as I'm saying, no one was created for Buddy. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, he goes, he sees this girl,
mm-hmm.
and come on. Zooey Deschanel, we can all pretty much agree that we fall in love at first sight.
Not for me.
Maybe not in that specifically.
Get the black hair back, and I'll fall in love with you. You and Elf having blonde hair is a complete throw-off.
Yeah, but at the time, I didn't know who she was, so I had never seen her any other way.
Okay, no, yeah, that is true.
And I know when the movie came out, and I was like 12, I was in love with her.
Yeah.
So, I don't blame Buddy.
Yeah, you were in love with the deadpan woman, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how are you? And then that was your bread and butter when you were 12. Oh, man. Shout out 2002,
I'll still
man.
butter my bread that way, I don't give a fuck. But, and then also with both movies,
okay,
you have to appreciate the fact that they both were created worlds. It wasn't like CGI. Now, I understand some parts of Elf are with a little bit of green screen and stuff, but they still... inside made it look like it was like they're in a Santa's workshop.
You're literally giving me even more fucking ammunition, okay?
Okay.
They had to base Elf out of fucking New York because they didn't have the creativity to come up with sets, alright? They only went into fucking Christmas one time, and you can look behind
I don't think
when he's walking through
Elf once.
Yes.
The movie is based around him finding out that he's a human and that his dad lives in New York, so he goes to find his dad.
But after...
So why would they stay at the North Pole when he's leaving to find his dad?
Because they couldn't afford it. They didn't have the creativity to just stay in Christmas.
That's not what the movie's based around. Now, if he had grew up in New York and found out that he was an elf,
Yes,
and then they had to move into North Pole, then this would be valid.
The sets and all that shit, okay? Watch the fucking documentary behind the scenes of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The entire movie, every building you see, every window, all that shit. I wish I would remember the third line from the movie, but I didn't. All of that shit is real. None of it's fucking green screen besides Mount Crumpet, which you can't obviously make that real.
Right.
That's fucking genius.
Yes, I understand. And by the way, I said you have to appreciate about both.
Yeah, but
I didn't say just Elf.
Dr. Seuss.
I'm sitting here defending both.
Brought all these fucking, like, images. They brought it to life from this motherfucker, right? Where with Elf, they were like, okay, so let's get about 10 minutes into the Christmas North Pole, and then we're just going to go to New York like every other fucking movie on the face of the planet.
Right. I understand.
And that's not a good thing.
They set up both. With Elf, there is a lot of real character creation, special effects, all that kind of stuff. There's some stuff that they also couldn't have done with creating. Like, you can't create certain things that are in that movie that they pull out. Because it's supposed to look like, claymation, make you feel like the old Christmas movies. That's what it's set in. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. When they go outside, the snowman, the narwhal, all that are kind of like that claymation style.
Bye,
right?
buddy.
So obviously you can't really do that in real life. So you can't compare the two. What I'm saying is neither movie relied on CGI.
Oh, no, there's no CGI.
Which is a great factor in both movies. Now, it doesn't really say anything about going against either one, but I'm just pointing out things that I like about both because I just fucking love Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? Okay? Now, and then also, I'll say that I did put up a little bit of like a suggestion thing before the poll was ever out on my personal Facebook to get some sort of gauge on how people feel, and I'll say it's clear as day I'm losing this fucking episode.
How? In what way?
Because everybody in the comment section, shout out Dad Donnie Faye, shout out Cousin Melissa, Cousin Mackenzie, shout out Jacob Edson, all these people that were commenting, and there was more, and I can't remember who else commented.
Not a great group of
shout
people.
Shout out Carrie. I don't know if she wants her last name, so I'm not going to say it.
Carrie Violet. Yes, she voted on the podcast.
And she also said Grinch. There's not a single motherfucker that said Elf. Right? Out of, like, probably 8 people.
Why are these people not talking to me? Like, what the fuck?
Because I'm out there in the trenches. I'm doing the
groundwork. But I'm trying to jive. I'm trying to go around. I'm trying to talk about the Grinch when it's the holiday time.
You got to just put out a post asking people. That's what I did.
But why is no one just posting it themselves, though? Why is no one sharing the love of it?
The point of the matter is, you in the beginning were saying that no one loves the Grinch and they love
because I've never heard it. I've never seen it.
And what I'm saying is, clearly, I'm losing this episode. Clearly, the Grinch is very beloved, and people also are huge fans, just like you. Maybe not on your level, because I know that it's everything to you and has been your entire life.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, you're underestimating people's love for this movie. Like, so I knew going into this when you said we should do Christmas movies for a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
And I knew as soon as you said that, there was no doubt in my mind, obviously, what movie you're taking. Right?
Yeah, are you kidding me?
For me, I knew I had to come up with something that is a heavy hitter as well. Mm-hmm. And Elf is probably the only thing that will match up. I'm not saying that it's better, but I knew that I had to come up with something. And with Christmas Story, I knew it was going to be a whole lot of talk of fucking, like, 24 hours of, like, as if I'm sitting there for 24 fucking hours watching this goddamn movie. And I didn't want to do that. So I brought in something. But you should rest easy knowing that if I guessed anything, I'm probably losing this episode.
Oh, well, I mean, you may have just shot yourself in the foot if you think so, because we haven't read it yet.
Maybe I'm wrong by the actual
Maybe
poll.
In the last 24 minutes, we've gotten 50,000 fucking votes, shit. And it's like 1% to 2%.
That'd be so fucking nice.
Oh, my God.
All right, well, we got the producer, mediator, whatever we're calling him these days, sitting right here. How do you feel? Where do you stand on these
You've seen
movies?
both, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would probably give it to the Grinch. I've seen the Grinch way more times than I've seen Elf. Most of the times that I've seen Elf was like Not really my choice, if I'm being honest. Like, it was just one of them things that they put on in class, so I can't tell you that I remember even too much of it, because if you playing it to me in school, I'm not really paying attention.
Oh, God, no. Yeah. So, no matter what it is, I feel like, even if in school, if it's your favorite movie, you're still not going to pay attention to it. Like, so, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
You can't. There's too many people in there talking and shit, but... Yeah, I mean, I'd probably give it to the Grinch, although I haven't seen that too many times either, so I don't really have, like, a favorite part. Like, I watch a whole bunch of Christmas stuff, but those really weren't, like, in my range and stuff. When it comes down to Christmas and watching movies and stuff, I'm more of the animated type of guy. Mm-hmm. Like, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
My fucking dude! That's what I'm talking about. Shout out Cartoon Network.
Animated shit always puts me in...
Oh, yeah.
Puts me way more in the fields, because they do way more, like, fantasy shit. So it's kind of like...
Oh, yeah.
It's just, like, shit you can think about that ain't never gonna happen.
We all got together the other night and just fucking watched, like, 2 hours of Disney... Well, yeah, just Disney Channel... Christmas episodes, and I'll be honest, fellas, that might be one of the greatest moments of my life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Bobby Proud shit was cracking me.
I was about to say,
Bobby Proud had my face hurting.
It reminded me how funny that motherfucker was. Shout out Cedric the Entertainer.
Gotta give him his flowers on that.
Yeah.
And for anyone that may not know Proud Family, you should watch that episode.
Yes.
That might be one of the funniest episodes of anything I've ever seen.
I actually have the boot cake video now on my phone. I saved it because it was so
Definitely put that up right here. I don't know if you can do that, but if you can, there you go.
We'll give it a shot.
Yeah. My last point, because I know we're ending the near dawn, but one good other thing about the fucking Grinch, okay? Mm-hmm. The Grinch was able to pull off 2 incredibly daring lines for a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. Pucker up and kiss it, Whoville, and he puts the mistletoe in his asshole. Yeah. Okay, he's like, right? And then when Cindy Lou Who is like, "Are you okay?" Because they're flying down. Spoiler alert! They're flying down the Mount Crumpet on the sleigh, right? And he gets back on the thing, and he's like, "Oh!" And he's flying Max, and they're getting down, and she's like, "Mr. Grinch, are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, the snow's bitching." Way fucking better than anything in the fucking Elf, okay? Because Buddy doesn't even cuss in the goddamn thing. Like you said, he says cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Right.
The fuck
because
is
they're
that?
Different fucking movies.
Yeah, that's what this is about. They are different movies.
And I'm defending Buddy the fucking Elf. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to act like he can't do it, but that's not what it's about. You're talking about a movie where there's a guy who is an evil asshole.
Yes.
Who is coming down to try to steal Christmas. So of course he's going to be saying things like that.
Yeah.
Right? Elf grew up on the North fucking Pole. He's not going to talk shit about anything. He's lived in a very comfy life his entire life.
He has not lived a comfy life. Remember, every time he opened the door, he would hit his face on the fucking
but he was still happy
cabin.
because he didn't know any better.
Oh,
he was ignorant.
Fucking God.
Ignorance is bliss. You know. Everyone says it. Cliche. Christmas cliche.
Everyone's going around saying it. Yeah, it's just the hottest thing in town. Ignorance is bliss.
Check my Twitter. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, by the way, can we please get you a Twitter? Like, that, I don't think I would follow anybody else. Like, but, enough about me and Blake's Twitter.
Can I say one more point?
Okay, yeah, enough of my jokes.
Because you're trying to cut this off, and I still got some more points about Elf.
Oh, I didn't, okay.
Here's another good thing about Elf versus Grinch, okay? Elf brings in a little bit more Christmas spirit because I feel like there is like the songs part of it and him singing in the middle of the store and trying to bring Christmas to where people don't want it, right? Where the Grinch is trying to take it away from people who do want it.
It ends with fa hoo do re fa hoo do. That's way fucking easier of a song to listen to than all the shit he sings in fucking Help. And I'm singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing.
And then Baby It's Cold Outside, which is a great fucking scene. Right? And then it turns into comedy.
Him being a peeping Tom is that scene.
Oh, are we going to go back to this?
Yeah, because that's the problem with that scene.
All right, mediator, come on. Tell him.
Shut up, fat ass. Okay, Tyus, I got you. All right.
Because you're laughing.
Okay. And then also Elf ends in a Christmas, or a song. Mm-hmm. Right? Well, not ends, I guess, but towards the end with Santa Claus coming to town to make the Santa. Is that right? Yeah, yeah. And then the sleigh gets enough spirit.
Yeah, James Caan opens up his arms.
That's right.
The sleigh goes over his head.
And Grinch doesn't have those songs. The Fahu Dory or whatever, no one gives a fuck. No one's going around.
No one gives a fuck, motherfucker. I give a fuck. Okay,
yeah, okay, sure. Austin
they also 25 minutes. Check it. Into the movie, okay? Cindy Lou Who's fucking song. I skip it every time, I'll admit. I hate that scene.
Okay, yeah, true.
Okay? I've skipped that scene since 2000. I've seen that scene one time, but I can't fucking stand that song,
and
alright?
You're skipping it.
No, it's the same I was about to say, but don't get me twisted. With Elf, I also skip scenes. You wanna know what scene I always skip?
Right. What? Go ahead.
Anything in the opening when Buddy's a baby. I skip that entire fucking the Mother Teresa, but when she's trying to put Buddy back in the bed, and then Santa's eating the crackers and shit, and then Buddy gets inside the bag. I skip all that because all that shit's bullshit. No, I've seen it. I don't need to. If I'm watching a movie, and there's a scene I don't like, I'm gonna skip past it. Easy as that. Mystery Men is one of my favorite movies, and I skip past scenes of Mystery Men.
Oh, I would never.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? I want to get this shit over with. Anytime I'm watching anything, I skip shit I'm not in the mood for.
We need to do a vast difference on if Austin's a real movie fan or not, then, about his favorite movies.
No, yeah.
If you're skipping scenes of your favorite fucking movies, it's not your favorite movie.
Okay, so if you have a
favorite... Don't come talking to me about Mystery Men if you're skipping scenes.
If you have a favorite pay-per-view, you're going to sit through every single fucking match?
No, that's completely different. We're talking about a movie. A movie, if I'm saying it's my favorite, that means I'm sitting there beginning to end. I love it. Okay. Every single part of it.
Let me say this then, just so I can get some clarification.
But my favorite pay-per-view, I will sit through every single match because there is not a bad match on that card.
See, there you go.
Okay, so there's the difference then. For me, like, we have Unforgiven. We've seen that more than any pay-per-view, right? Mm-hmm. But I'd skip shit, right? One of my favorite pay-per-views is WrestleMania 27, but I'm going to skip it, right?
WrestleMania is long as fuck.
Well, yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is for me, when I'm into something, I remember what I'm watching. I remember all that shit. Lord of the Rings, right? Mm-hmm. If when I'm watching Lord of the Rings, I skip past all of the Rivendell shit. Fuck out of here with that. Fuck out of Frodo being like, oh, Gandalf. And he's like all happy and he's all like getting healthy. I want the battles. That's why I'm there. I've seen it before. So anyone out there that's like, he's not a real movie fan. No, I've seen the goddamn movie. If I go to watch Godfather, I'm going to sit through it.
I just feel like
but if I watch it the fifth time, I'm not going to sit through the boring scenes. Because I've already seen them. I remember the context.
You should love every fucking scene of your favorite movies.
No.
That's the entire point.
Oh, then yeah, not in my town. I would never.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I would never skip. Even Elf. The only part I skip of Elf is the credits because they're like 5 fucking minutes long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, let's get into that before the polls, okay? The longest open credits scene in history of any fucking film. If you sit through that shit, turn off the podcast right now, okay? Because
33 minutes.
Yeah, you are literally insane. Because I don't know if you know, because you said you watched it in class, it's like 7 minutes and like 50 seconds of credits.
Yeah, in class, that's quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. But imagine you're watching as a family, you just open gifts and shit, and you're like, all right, Elf. By the time the credits end, you don't even want to watch the movie.
Imagine sitting through it 5 times in a movie theater.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I skipped it because I went to the bathroom. I skipped the opening scenes. That's what I do. That's how I go about life. This is not pudding. Had to slip it in there before the episode ends. Greatest line in movie history. When they're feeding the Grinch and he's like, oh, I'm full. And then he's like, this is not pudding. And he shoves it in his face. What is it? There's nothing fucking funnier than that. Are you kidding me? Like, oh my God. I may just watch it tonight. Fuck Fortnite. Fuck all the games. I'll just be alone in my room with Jim Carrey. But yeah, you got any more points or should we end it?
I think we can end it.
All right, let's end it. Vast Difference is the podcast that you've just been watching. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, yes. Vast Difference Pod, okay? And then you can go to any other thing with Vast Difference Pod.
You like the videos, yes. You share them.
Yes, please, let's get this too. Anyone that is viewing the YouTube video, okay, and you are watching it, please like it. If you don't watch the full thing and you got to come back to watch it, please like it either way. because that will help us get out there more, and it'll help us get to, our podcast to more people, and we can start doing more things. So please subscribe, share it with your friends, like the video to share it with the randoms. We appreciate it.
And the Grinch whooped the elf's ass.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
10 to 5.
Woo!
67% to 33%.
God, let's get it. God damn. Man. That's what I'm talking about right now. See?
Okay. Well, thank you for voting.
Thank you for voting. We really appreciate it. I'm definitely not trying to stall right now. Thank you, fatheads. We implore you to lose weight. Happy holidays from my family to yours.
Merry Christmas.